Most people think poverty is just a lack of money. It's not. It behaves like gravity, a force, constantly pulling you back down. And escaping it isn't about effort alone. It's about reaching a very specific threshold. Because just like a rocket, you don't need a little more effort. You need enough to break free. And if you don't, you fall back. Stronger impact, deeper frustration. And that's exactly what most people experience. They try, they push, they improve a little, but never enough to escape. So let's break down why. Because the system has weight. And that weight comes from 4 traps. The first one is the cost of being poor. When you have less money, everything becomes more expensive. Late fees, high interest, bad deals, and even worse, your brain changes. Studies show financial stress can drop your effective IQ, which means you're not just dealing with less money, you're dealing with worse decisions, and that keeps you stuck. Now, the second trap is emotional. Pain creates pressure, and pressure creates bad habits. Impulse spending. Short-term relief. You buy something, feel better for 20 minutes, and pay for it for 2 years. That's the dopamine trap. Now the third one is mathematical. Time. If you trade time for money, there's a limit. You only have 24 hours, so no matter how hard you work, there's a ceiling. And inflation, it quietly eats your progress. That's the linear income trap. And then there's the fourth, the most invisible one. Your environment. When you try to move forward, some people pull you back. Not because they hate you, but because your growth exposes their stagnation. That's the gravity of your surroundings. So now you understand the weight. The question is, how do you escape? Because escaping poverty isn't about doing everything. It's about doing the right things first. And the first step is not investing. It's stability. You need a buffer, even a small one. $500, $1,000. Not to grow, but to think. Because when you stop reacting to emergencies, you get your brain back. That's the ignition phase. Now comes the engine. You don't escape by working harder. You escape by becoming harder to replace. Stack your skills. Combine things most people don't. That's how you increase your value, without increasing your time. And then something shifts. You stop paying interest and start earning it, even small amounts, $10 a day, consistently. Because compound interest is the only force stronger than financial gravity. Now, this is where it all comes together. At first, nothing happens. Then, slowly, something changes. Your assets start working. Your income stabilizes. Your stress drops. And one day, you hit the threshold, the point where your money covers your survival. That's escape velocity. And once you reach it, everything changes. You're no longer working to survive. You're working by choice. And that's freedom. But here's the truth most people ignore. The chains holding you down aren't just financial. They're mental. Because the door has always been open. You just didn't have the clarity to walk through it. Comment. Escape velocity if this changed how you see money. And now look at your screen. There's a video waiting for you that shows the next level most people never reach. Watch it before the system pulls you back down.